So before I start our demo, I just want to give you a little background on what Fluid is. Fluid navigation is a new way of navigating around PeopleSoft using a homepage, custom created tiles or collection of links, and a navigation bar known as a nav bar. And this Fluid is a prerequisite for our next major People Tools upgrade that's happening later this year. So if we could advance to the next slide. Can everyone see that okay? Looks like it. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to be giving you a little demo of the experience of what it'll be like to use PeopleSoft for administrative users. That includes our ES staff as well as external access, staff with external access to these pages. So people in the areas of the departments, advisors as well. And then we'll be looking at what a student will see as well as a faculty member. So as you can tell right off the bat, it looks very different with the color scheme. When you're first logged in, you'll see at the very top here, there is the header of my homepage. And on your homepage, you will see only those tiles. These are these cute little boxes here with the symbols that you have permissions for. So these tiles, like I mentioned before, are a collection of links that are commonly used together. So your module leads have been working hard to determine what would be most helpful for you to be able to access those frequently used pages. So if you were to click into one of these tiles, we'll look at enrollment management. You'll see on the left-hand side, there is a menu. If there are folders, like there is a folder here that says enrollment management, they will auto default to open, and the first page in that folder will display here. You can see that by the green highlight on the left-hand side. You can also collapse the folders and expand them to see additional information below. One of the cool features here is if you would like to hide your left menu, you can do so by clicking this button here, and you see basically the normal screen that you're used to seeing in what we call PeopleSoft Classic, what we're using now. On the top bar here on the right, you'll see that there is a symbol that looks like a compass. And this is what I mentioned before is a nav bar or navigation bar. And some of the things you'll see on the right-hand side are places that you recently navigated to. So these are your recent screens that you've been using while you were in PeopleSoft. And you can click on one of those and it'll take you to that page. You have the option of returning back to the home using the home button here, or it can take you back to the last tile that you were using in some instances on the left-hand side. So I'm going to hit back to the home. Also in the nav bar, you see your favorites. So if you click that, you will see all of the favorites that you have saved. You have the ability to edit favorites. One of the things that is going to be different when we go live in April is that we won't have the opportunity to add new favorites at that point in time. That's something that we'll be looking into releasing with the People Tools upgrade later in the year. So if you would like to save any PeopleSoft pages that you use frequently as a favorite, you're welcome to do so before the April 22nd date. So that way you have that easily available. Below the My Favorites, you'll see the navigator. And this is that same menu you're used to seeing on the left-hand side when you first log in. It just now appears on the right, and you can navigate to the subpages beneath by clicking on the links. So if I wanted to go find Advisor Center, I could click Self-Service, go find Advisor Center in the link, and click Advisor Center, and it will take me to that page. So you still have access to all of the pages that you normally would. You just have a little bit different way of getting there depending on if there are tiles created, or you can use the nav bar to also find those pages there. You do have the option to go up a level by hitting the back left arrow, or you can return all the way back to the root menu by using that symbol on the right-hand side there. So this is what our internal staff as well as external administrative users of PeopleSoft will see. We have created a lot of tiles. You will only see those that you have permission for. So I'll just scroll through because we have been working through this with our module leads. We also have links to things that people might use often as well. So if you happen to be a staff member and you're also a student, you'll still have a link to your student center here as well. I'll take you into that. So next, I'm going to show you what the experience looks like for a faculty member. So this happens to be a faculty member that's logged in with Fluid Navigation, and you'll notice it doesn't have the header bar, it doesn't have that navigation bar. It's basically the same look and feel in Faculty Center that they're used to working with. So they can continue to navigate around to their different pages that they have access to as a faculty member. They won't see the Fluid homepage or the nav bar at this point in time. They don't have access to those pages. Another view that I'd like to share with you is the look and feel for students. So students accessing PeopleSoft through Student Center, that Student Center chiclet on their My SSO will be taken directly to Student Center as they're used to. So they won't really experience any change as far as once they've logged in through Student Center. They can still navigate around, get to their pages that they're used to seeing. And so this won't be too much of an impact for them. Most of the change will be related to those internal and external users with administrative access. So that's a preview of what Fluid will look like. I know that the module leads have been working hard to create new tiles, and we'll be starting to look at doing maybe some demonstrations or trainings with you guys in the future. But just wanted to give you a preview. We'll be sending out additional communications to give you a link to this recording so you can go back and look again if you'd like more information. But if you have additional questions come up, please go ahead and let your module lead know. I know that they have been requesting that several of the staff members in their areas be unlocked in TRN. That's our non-production database that we're using. So we highly encourage you to have the opportunity to go ahead and get used to the new look and feel and play around with Fluid navigation. Thank you so much, everybody.